What's going on, guys? It's ToyKade, and it's been a while since I've done a review video. And even though I've owned about 9 Arcade1Ups, I've never made a review video on this channel. But since the NBA Jam is one of my all-time favorite arcade cab, where I did own about 6 full-size NBA Jam and Tournament Edition at one stage, don't ask me why, but I just love NBA Jam. Those full-size cab did have their known issues with the chassis and tube, which made it impossible to maintain. And once it was rumoured that Arcade1Up will release a NBA Jam, I sold all of them. I pre-ordered mine from Walmart, which is a standard edition with the light-up marquee and riser. The NBA Jam comes with 3 games: NBA Jam, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and NBA Hang Time. Not maximum hang time, for $3.99. Though it should be noted that Arcade1Up did include a free online feature, which was unexpected. Even if it didn't have the online capabilities, I would have still bought it. So this is an added bonus and should be seen that way. As always with most of my Arcade1Up, I had to import this from US to Australia, and it's very unlikely that Arcade1Up will bring this down under. As I reported in my earlier video, Arcade1Up is coming out with 5 different versions of NBA Jam. We've already seen 3 variations made available to the public. The standard Walmart edition, the one I'm reviewing for $3.99, the Best Buy bundled version with an add-on stool and light-up deck protector for $4.99, and the Costco edition, which comes with the Tournament Edition topper and the joysticks with basketball ball tops for $3.99. And to be honest, I would have preferred the Costco edition if it was known that a topper was being made, as it really completes the package. Let's quickly look at the packaging. As you can see, the packaging of the NBA Jam is identical to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, with the extra foam inserts strategically placed to prevent damage to the corners of the side panel. It's well packaged with protection in mind. So kudos to Arcade1Up to ensure the quality control on this, and there was absolutely no damage to mine that travelled from the States to down under. So this includes some really awesome upgrades since Wave 1 that I've already seen in previous titles such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Marvel and Star Wars that was released last year. They include stereo speaker system with 2 speakers and a 3.5mm audio jack. So if you want to upgrade these speakers in the future, it should be pretty easy. The control panel is wider and identical to those found on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with an additional button, and it has the improved joysticks as well. If you remember Wave 1 cabs such as Street Fighter 2 and Rampage, those sticks were horrible, and these are 100 times better. They are still using the 17-inch monitor, but these are the Gen 3 BOE and has the new PCB boards and connectors. The most obvious addition is the Wi-Fi antenna. They still have the micro USB port here, and thanks to Retro Ralph, he discovered that you can plug in a micro USB to Ethernet adapter, so you can plug in a network cable instead of using the Wi-Fi. Assembling the cab is straightforward and exactly the same as previous versions, and should take between 30 to 60 minutes, though mine did come with some issues with the marquee where the holes for the plugs weren't deep enough. And funny enough, I had the same problem with my Star Wars cab, so this is becoming quite a common problem. It's an easy fix, but it does get frustrating to realise that it doesn't fit all together and requires semi-dismantling. When it's all said and done, you should have a cab that looks like this. I did leave on the protective film on the screen and the deck protector, as my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle did get a beating from my kids, so this should keep it mint as long as possible. But this cab does look beautiful. It looks very close to the original. From the front, the side, the control panel and the light up marquee, this does look amazing. So the power button on this cab is slightly different to previous title. It's not really a switch that goes on or off. It's more of a button that you push to the left or right. If you push it to the right, it switches on the system, and if you push it to the left, it will shut down the system. I believe this was implemented due to the online feature to ensure the system shuts down properly to avoid any corruption. The interface on this cab is also new and actually looks really well designed. It has 3 games, as mentioned earlier, NBA Jam, Tournament Edition and Hang Time, and each has a different setting options. Within each game, you have the ability to enable computer assistance, have a track mode sound, adjust the head size, adjust the difficulty, game timer speed, turn on scan lines, and make the clone player grey. I'll go into more details about this later on. To access the network settings, you click on the Live button. This is where you can select a Wi-Fi network, create an Arcade1Up account, set up your local options such as visibility to the public, scoreboard preferences. It also allows you to track players that you previously played against, so you can add them to the favourites or block them. So there are a lot of options available. This also has a full volume control found in previous models. To the right there is a leaderboard system which now tracks the top players' progress in addition to yours. And on the bottom right it shows the available games that you can join. Let's play some games and see how this performs. The screen is very vibrant and the sound is pretty loud and clear with the dual speakers. The buttons are great, the joysticks are very responsive, though one complaint that still exists from Wave 1 is the ball tops keep coming off and you constantly have to screw it back on. It does get annoying. I was more of an NBA Jam and Tournament Edition fan and never really had a chance to play NBA Hang Time. And boy, I'm surprised how good Hang Time is. It's definitely more advanced than NBA Jam and actually quite fun. NBA Jam plays exactly how I remember it, though it should be noted that Arcade1Up weren't able to get all the existing player rights, so there are a few players missing in all three titles. Arcade1Up was upfront with this and continually trying to get the rights for the remaining players and provide an over-the-air update when they become available. Where there are players missing from the roster, a mirror of the available player is used, but the stats of the missing player is still applied. The mirror character will be in grey and this option can be switched off if you find it annoying. So what about the online gameplay? How does Arcade1Up first Wi-Fi cab perform? Well guys, I'm located in Australia, so I was really keen to see how it performed playing against my fellow cab owners in the States. Well, it wasn't great. I mean, I'm not surprised. I've been testing the online feature for a few weeks now, trying different setups and playing at different times, and I don't have a mesh network, so I had to set up my cab next to the router, but it doesn't really make a difference. But I can say that more than 70% of my games were laggy. You can see the lag, game freeze and sound distortion. The input delay was about half a second on most games, and in those situations you have no choice but to leave and try again. On the handful of games that played lag free, it was fun, but the real test is playing another owner in the same country. In my community, there aren't many owners that own a cab at the moment. I have a few mates that are waiting for their cabs to arrive, so hopefully when they get it, I can do a follow-up video and see if the lag improves. I'm expecting it to improve as this is a P2P configuration, so another owner connecting directly to my cab in the same country should be a lag-free experience. The servers are in the States, but those are only to manage the users and scoreboard. The actual games itself is actually hosted by the creator of the game. The only complaint with the online feature that Arcade1Up can improve on is the rage quitters and people joining for a quick win. There is no real leaderboard management. People can quit just before the game ends to ensure they don't get the loss against their record, and then you can have players that join a game late and join the winning team to record a win. The leaderboard has no real value until Arcade1Up addresses these exploits. So overall, I'm happy with this cab, and I must say this is my favourite Arcade1Up so far. Previously it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but that was more eye candy. I'm definitely playing NBA Jam more than my previous go-to cab, which was Mortal Kombat. Just having the option to play online when lag free is more appealing, and I'm glad Arcade1Up is going down this route. And luckily enough, the P2P technology they are using is perfect for owners outside the States. Well, in theory. Until I'm able to test this with my other mates in Australia, I can't prove this. Even without the Wi-Fi features, it's the same price as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, where replay value was close to zero. But NBA Jam, on the other hand, you'll never get bored of this. The computer will always make the game very close regardless how big your lead is in the third quarter. And being 4 players, it'll be great during parties. I'm a huge NBA fan, so this was a no-brainer for me. But if you're on the fence of picking one up, I think it's totally worth the $3.99 just for the replay value and the bonus online feature. With the upgraded monitor, sticks, buttons and now the Wi-Fi feature, Arcade1Up is making the right moves. But my only concern with Arcade1Up is the constant re-release of the same titles with small variation, which really hurts existing owners. And the obvious omission of maximum hang time makes you think that NBA Jam will be released again with that missing title. So that's pretty much for this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. It'll be really cool if you could hit that like button or maybe subscribe to the channel. But like always, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.